all our mattresses. Trust Mattress Man to find your perfect sleep. Go to mattressman.co.uk.
Just a little dip for the green worm. The dip they want to avoid too sharply. They want to keep there or thereabouts with the blue worm.
Yeah, the reason for the dip, those heavy green balls that you find here and there.
They've occurred on a regular basis. The wickets falling. This is nice. You just ease into your first run, standing there. Get your feet moving every time you're running well between the wickets and talking to your partner. That gives you some confidence.
Now here's the difference with Velalage, a wrist spinner or finger spinner is easier to pick. The batter is a lot more confident in using his feet, but Hasaranga, more guile because of his wrist spin, the wrong end. Batter is not picking it, Shamim. That's why they're reluctant to leave the crease. That's why they're not maneuvering or trying to maneuver him too much. They're waiting for that short one. That's the difference of the bowlers and what you see coming at you.
What you're saying is as you can read it out of the fingers of Velalage. Even with my Tiksana, I think they were very confused what was coming up. So you've got two guys who can really confuse the batters, Hasaranga and Tiksana. The option to take on anybody, if you want to take on, would be Velalage.
Yeah, correct. But that's what they tried. And Velalage picked up 2 wickets. Imon at deep mid-wicket. And the captain Miraj caught at long off just a while ago, trying to do exactly that. Execution needed to be better. The thought process probably right.
Yeah, absolutely right. And that's the way to go. One end, your main spinners just tie up the batters. You fancy your chances against a somewhat weaker bowler you feel is a weaker bowler, and you just give away your wicket. Oh, now that was a good delivery. And for the drive, and that is overdone. 124 for 4. Standout performance from Kusal Mendes. Really took to the bowling, enjoyed himself with 124 off 114. Sri Lanka and him, and they were going. Sri Lanka were looking to go over even the 300 mark. Pulled it back somewhat, but Bangladesh in a difficult position now. Chance of a stumping here.
Did he leave his ground? We will go upstairs though.
TV umpire to director. We have an umpire review for stumping. I have checked the feed. It's a fair delivery. Can you show me the side on angle, please? The ball is collected. Head kick behind the stumps. Roll it back one more time, please. Can you show me with the split screen from the front on? I need to see whether the ball was in the hand or not. And the stumps are broken with the ball. Okay. Yeah, I need the split screen just to confirm it. I can't see the ball from here. Do you have anything else to show? Yeah. Yeah. I can't see the ball from this side because. Show me the previous one again. Show me the previous one. And roll it frame by frame, frame by frame. Frame by frame, yeah. One more frame, one more. Your ball is in the hand, in between the two palms, and the stump is broken. But now show me the side on. I need to check where the foot is. Yes, keep rolling. Yeah, I'm satisfied. I'm ready to make my decision for the big screen.
Took a bit of time, but the decision has been made. Drew him out of the crease and just checking whether it was cleanly done. It has. 12 for Shamim Hussain, Bangladesh. More trouble. 124 for 5.
TNT Sports, powered by Canterbury.
Professional monitoring?
Activated.
This summer, leave your worries behind. Protect what matters to you with Simply Safe Home Security. System start from under £200 with a professional monitoring plan. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
TNT Sports, powered by Canterbury.
Zakir Ali comes in. Leg gully in position for him.
One into Hasaranga picking up wickets on one leg. That's unbelievable. Zakir Ali, he can hit a ball. Got a very good average. Now Bangladesh would so dearly need him to stick with Ridoy. I mentioned the fact that they're not picking Hasaranga because this was just lobbed up one step and he could have creamed it. But he's totally lost. He's playing for the leg break. Geez, that stumping was tried. Not this we're talking about, whether the ball was in his hand for a moment. Pick it again. It looked like the glove took the bail off, but then the ball is still touching that particular glove. The umpire needed to make sure that it was in control. And that little kid has made the trip from Colombo. Remember him in the test matches and the ODIs?
Yeah, he's lightened it up and they're lively in the middle. Why not? When the Hasaranga has really spun a web around the Bangladeshi batters, hardly giving them the opportunity to read his googlies in particular.
I've told you many times, Shamim, Hasaranga seems to bowl better on one leg.
Just about manages to keep it out. It's 124 for 5.
Well, it's turning out to be a tall order for Bangladesh at the moment. It got to go at 7+ runs and over. 7.36 to be precise. If you compare runs versus balls, 162 or 132. It's not beyond them, but the problem here is that they've lost 5 wickets. They just got Ridoy, who's looked good, Zakir Ali just in. So plenty of repair work to be done. And I'm afraid it looks a little bit of a tough climb for them. Down the wicket he comes. This is a really good shot. Talk about being aggressive, talk about being positive. It for them, everything was.
A good hit. Got to the pitch of the ball, went with the turn. Almost to the grass banks. An 86-meter hit. A boundary after 30 deliveries. Certainly the spinners in the middle overs for Sri Lanka, keeping things in check for the Bangladeshi batters. Now with Vidoy, in the last game is uncharacteristic. When it comes to his natural game, he's changed totally, making sure he's taking the responsibility.
Needs to do that, but the problem is that he doesn't seem to be having support at the other end. Lovely use of the feet, brilliant execution, went all the way. In for 6. Zakir Ali is now just in his 6 deliveries, hasn't got off the mark as yet.
One big difference I see in Vellala game from the last game, Nishan, has been the speed which he bowls. Last game he was pushing it through. This game is normally just pulling it slightly slower, and I think that has been the best part about Vellala game. The 12th man in the field.
Beautiful specimen, isn't it? Beautiful specimen. Last ball of the over. 2 is the call. 2 is the call. They should get 2 quite easily. They get 10 off the over. 134 for 5. If you really look at runs versus balls, it's very gettable. 152 or 126. And asking for little over 7 runs an over in the modern game is not frightening at all for a batting side. But it's about making sure that you have wickets in hand. Here is Kamidu Mendis with his left arm spin. The ambidextrous swept. Doesn't get hold of it. He was looking to go fine. He's looking to play it fine.
5 wickets in his career so far for Kamidu. One of them was Tawid Ridoy in the first game. Certainly when it comes to the matchup, the Sri Lankan skipper will be hoping for the second time in this series he can do the job against Tawid Ridoy. But the difference, I think the last game was batted really well, scored a half century. Even now 42 or 64, well set, playing the ball on its merit, not taking any risks. As you said, record rate at 7.31. Problem is, after this wicket, not much budget to go. Tanzim-Hasan Shakib, yes, he can play the long ball. Apart from him, the others, not much promising.
Well, he can be very useful, Kamidu Mendis, with his ambidextrous spin bowling. Tends to bowl a lot of left arm spin when the right hand is on strike. That stayed a little bit. If you saw that, if you look at that shot, didn't arrive. He had to delay. There was a little bit of, I thought, a bit of bounce as well that time when he played it off the back foot.
A bit of grip in the last delivery. There was a call by Tawid Ridoy for a 1 Zakir Ali, who had the best view because the ball was going behind the wicket keeper, some of the non-strikers in. He wasn't willing to run. Important that Kamidu Mendis contributes with the ball. Has missed out in this series. The bat is not much promising when it comes to his average. On the left side, Vimala Sirik rightly so called it a wide. Kamidu just inquiring whether the ball
It's close to the stumps, and also Tawid Udoy walked outside the off-stump, which I thought he did not.
The last ball of the over. Anithu Hasaranga just doing a bit of a breather there. Oh, that's a poor delivery, really bad delivery. But he's got a fielder on the boundary. He concedes 3 runs with 20 overs to go. Bangladesh 137 for 5. Well, the green worms seem to be taking a slight dip at this stage. A good time?
Graduate from School of Academy.
A postgraduate.
Dancing academy.
A postgraduate.
You seem to have done well, Roshan. Another graduate. He's on world on his own. Very good spell by Stakeshner with the new ball. Came around the 7th over, put the brakes on the run rate, 3 overs for 6 run. But the game, his role changes now. Has to become an attacking bowler, try and get a wicket. He has the repertoires, he has the variation to pick up wicket. I just like to see Stakeshner trying a couple of things. I've not seen him bowl the quickly yet. Maybe a good option against Jakarani.
Well, he's just got a solitary wicket in the series, and that's because, as you said, there are certain roles that Mahesh Stakeshner plays.
The off-spin, that's something that we've seen for a very long time. Googly, which he has developed the last year or so, very consistently bowls, but not in this series for my liking. Karam ball, his go-to ball, his stop ball. Whenever he's in doubt, whenever he wants to keep things in control, keep things in check, most of the time you see him flicking the ball like a carom delivery. That's a trademark. The back spinner, slightly round armish, almost similar, subtle difference, just to make sure the batsman does not pick it. I'd like to see him bowl more googlies. And attack, probably not to Tawid Udoy, was batted for a long time, looking settled, picks the variations pretty quickly. But against Jakarani, the new batter, against the tail enders, I feel Mahesh Stakeshner should try, and he has the confidence.
Amazing, isn't it? The variations, the variety that he carries. To me, simply the toughest ball is the carom ball that he flicks. So why I say it's tough is you need really strong fingers to do what he does.
She's checking the variations. The one with the blue clip-on case. There you go, that's you. Yes, Mrs. Stakeshner. Looking at all the variations, she's keeping a note. And probably will get a bit of an advice to that itself. 142 for 5.
It starts with an engineer providing access to thousands of Shell EV chargers, helping supply more than 20% of the UK's gas. Getting it from here to here. Investing in people and communities to build skills for the energy transition. Shell is helping power the UK, now and into the future.
Now that rate is 7.5 runs, 7.58 to be precise. 144 for 114. Hamidu Mendes continues. Oh, that was uppish. And fielded in the deep. Just a little bit uppish that time. Ridoy on 48, inching close towards a half century. For a moment, Hamidu Mendes thought he had his man.
Valiant attempt by the captain. Hamidu alignment is got to be full on. It's about the third time in his spell into 7 deliveries he has bowled. It's been shorter. Try and get the batsman to the front foot. That's better. That's almost the exact delivery. Went through the gap and hit the stumps in the first game. Just bowl there and ask the batter if he wants to take any risk. Take for it.
Yeah, you're right. He needs to be getting into play on the front foot most of the time. Again, short and wide. And that should be his half century. His 9th half century in his career. And his 2nd consecutive half century against Sri Lanka. Earns the applause from the head coach, Phil Simmons. It was a very fine innings by Tawhid Hridayat.
Against his character. Usually attacking, likes to be aggressive. The last couple of games he has played the conditions well, the situations well, taking the responsibility as a new number 4. The likes of Mushikur Rahim, Mahmudullah Riyad was done that job for a long time. The Bangladeshi side looks like it's going to be Tawhid Hridayat taking that responsibility at number 4, trying to bat through the innings.
I think he certainly has the capacity and capability, no doubt about it. Temperament too. He's held his innings, held his little period quite well. Oh, off the edge. Very, very lucky. Wanindu Hasaranga is not going to run after it. Janit Lianage does well, does brilliantly well. Great piece of work by the fielder. The batters have just run 2, which is very poor running.
Yeah, on the part of the batters, that was very, very poor. The fielder had to run from fine leg. This will be checked. Yeah, seems like he's fine. That is fantastic commitment shown by Janit Lianage. Very, very poor by Bangladesh 2 batters. They thought it's going for a boundary. In the end, missed out to exchange for another single.
The sweep, and this time eludes Lianage. And good fielding in the deep, very good fielding in the deep. That's Pathum Nissanka. They get a couple, they get 9 runs with the over. And Bangladesh are 151 for 5.
This will be checked. Pathum Nissanka did really well, full length dive. When he touches the boundary padding, this is where it might be a problem for Pathum Nissanka. Does that touch the hip of Pathum Nissanka when his hand touches the rope? Looks like it, isn't it? Very, very close.
Well, very unfortunate indeed, because a great effort by the fielder, but then the umpires just make sure that they look at every little detail, because some of these games they go down to the wire. They're just checking at that point, as in, I don't know whether that's a good angle, because you need to look at the point he connects with the boundary as to where the ball was.
Tough one for the third umpire. Good shot, good sprint. Pathum Nissanka for me, just there. Probably is in touch. It's very hard to say from this angle. 2 angles but we have in our disposal. Yeah, correctly so. We all thought, suspected that will be about 153 for 5.
Hey, look at our Simply Safe home security system.
Let's install it. We need a camera. What for? The collectibles. What?
Now you've got a camera each.
Yay!
Systems start from under £200 when you buy a professional monitoring plan. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
153 for 5. That was a good over for Bangladesh. Here is Jamira. It's going full that time. Well, we spoke about the variety of tricks this man brings into the table, with the way he releases, the type of deliveries he bowls, and this is another look as to what you were talking about.
Yeah, for the batter, this is the wheel he'll get. Carom ball, just the flick from the fingers right in front. A slightly change in the grip itself when it comes to the backspin. Slightly round armish, and for more than flicking, it's just floating a little bit. Bowling a bit slower. That's where I think the batsman. Oh, bowled in! Good length, nip backer, Dushmantha Chameera, sides for Sri Lanka, and that too, the massive wicket of Pawit Vidoy.
Well, this is brilliant bowling by Chameera. He struck some fantastic blows. First, Shanto, and this one, jagging back, hitting the top of middle stump at pace. And the extra pace of Chameera doing the trick for Sri Lanka. Pawit Vidoy, you looked good. Just reached his half century, has a long walk back. Out for 51. Bangladesh 153 for 6. And it's time for some drinks.
TNT Sports, powered by Canterbury.
We are go!
It's another double-header of bikes.
Oh my goodness, what drama!
MotoGP takes it to the limit at the Sachsenring in the Grand Prix of Germany.
This is racing as good as it gets.
And World Superbikes will be burning up Donington Park.
One of the most epic championships. This could go down to the line. What a weekend!
It's all live on the new home of bikes, TNT Sports.
I see someone get... No, I can't talk.
That's a good start, isn't it?
He just ran out in a pair of pants. Absolute lunatic.
My brother gave me hand-me-down boots. I wanted to wear them to school so bad. I took the studs out and slipped in them.
I did an interview once. Every question I asked, Ron took something else off. There was no way I was going the whole hog of Big Rock. You just didn't bother usually just sticking the stomp. I moved up for quite a lot by the end. I was like Frank Sinatra.
Man United fans won't accept me giving an opinion on Manchester United because of the Van Nistelrooy thing.
The weirdest thing is when someone goes, I really like you. You're my favourite. And I think, weirdo.
I used to love Kerry Dixon. I had a rabbit called Kerry Dixon. Yeah. I told you that. Bad man. Yeah? Yeah. Had to get rid of him. Honestly, the stuff.
This is the biggest game ever in women's football.
During the medal ceremony, Luis Rubiales kissed Jenny Hermoso on the mouth.
Wait a minute, this is serious.
Everybody can see in those videos how
Hair without permission. Was the kiss consensual? That's what the world wants to know.
Rubiales versus Hermoso, the World Cup kiss. Stream now, only on Discovery Plus.
Untold stories of women in sport.
It's been an old boys club for a very long time.
Now told by women filmmakers.
My only hope is that the game continues to grow.
Reframe the game. Stream now, only on Discovery Plus.
Well, Vidoy, who batted exceptionally well, out for 51, bowled by Chameera. That's a massive blow for Bangladesh to take. Chameera running in with pace, hitting that ball to jack back and hitting the top of middle stump.
A seam movement. Just a bit of deviation to create the gap between the bat and the pad. Trying to play on the up. Just a good delivery. Undone. Dushmantha Chameera, since he made his comeback in the last game, very impressive. Enough movement, and he can hold the bat. Tanzim Hassan Shakib got contribution in the last game, helped out in a winning cause for Bangladesh with some lusty hitting late order.
Chameera has been good. He's hit the bat hard. He's increased his pace. And the good thing about his bowling is the control that is shown. In the second game, he was a little bit wavered. He was all over the place, going down the leg side. But today, deliveries like this have been simply good.
It's all about the length in the end. He's a good player, top of his game. To undone his defenses, got to be a good one. Just a good delivery. bowling coach Darshan Gamage, he'll be happy, man. Those days he used to do that. With his height, hitting the deck card, all of a sudden pushing it through. Enough movement inwards to the right-hander to keep Dushman Chamir interested. Looks like he keeps running in, probably one more over. He'll try and hit the front pad or the stumps in this spell.
We're talking about Darshan Gamage, there is the man. And in fact, a trio of fast bowlers sitting right underneath his nose. Maybe tutoring them as the game progresses. Two balls to go in the over. Oh, that's a good bouncer. That's a really good bouncer. That's a quick one.
That was a nasty one. Gone are the days the fast bowlers clubs, not anymore. That was a snorter. Right on the money. Trying to hit the badge, not the ideal way to leave or duck the bouncer. But in the end, he did well. That was quick, 130 to 2.8. But the height was zipping through.
Oh, not good fielding. That's a rare miss. Allows the batters to come back for two. Still 4 runs and a wicket, 157 for 6. .59 now the requirement in terms of runs per over. But at this stage, if you compare balls versus runs, 129 of 102, still very gettable, but you need wickets in hand. That's the commodity that Bangladesh doesn't have at the moment. And you spoke about you spoke about the different releases of Mahesh Deepsana, the carom ball, the backspin. See, the amazing thing, Maha, is the carom ball, how he flicks the ball. Because, see, the fingers have to be very strong to do that. That's one. I think that's the wrong one. And the second thing is to be able to flick it regularly and accurately to a certain spot. It needs so much of practice. I used to remember when Ajat Mendis used to do that. I mean, it was just amazing to watch what he did, and now Mahesh Deepsana is doing it. Not an easy art, it's a very tough art. This is again the wrong one, but it is perfected.
Good to see last two deliveries, variation coming out. The first one was a googly, it was short though. Even the last delivery was a googly, was much more quicker, the length was a little too fuller. Now he's trying to bowl to pick up wickets. Much better. 6 wickets down, go for the kill. It's into his 5th over. Given away absolutely nothing, just 12 runs. Need to have confidence about yourself to be a spinner like Mahesh Deepsana, who loves to bowl with the new ball. That's quite rare for a spinner, for a wing spinner. But he loves the new ball simply because the ball skids on, and sometimes with the carom delivery, he just holds on his line, and that's where he gets most of his wickets.
You talk about bowling in different phases of the game, whether it is T20 or 50 over cricket. He's able to bowl in different phases. T20, he opens the bowling, also bowls at the death. You spoke about changing roles and bowling in the middle for wickets, so it's how you adapt and how you make that adjustment.
On that note, I think that's where Vellalag was very impressive. I was quite critical about him bowling too quick in the last game. In this game, he's got it spot on. Slightly slower, and most of the deliveries was playing in the front foot. That's good to see from a young man, learned it quick, probably a bit nervous making comeback in the last game, did not play the first ODI, but in this game, he was fantastic. 159 for 6.
Looking at the figures, Velalage 2 for 33, Deekshana none for 13 but going at less than 3 and over. Hasaranga economy of 3.71. Chamira and Asita Fernando has gone for a few, but they've got given wickets to the team. They got a different role, bowling on the top and bowling for wickets. Chamira continues. On the pads that time.
Just on a word on Wanindu Hasaranga. Did mention about before he started bowling that beware or be wary of a wounded soldier. 7 overs, 1 for 26. Though he hasn't impacted much when it comes to the wicket column, but the mentality and the fight and the commitment when it comes to Wanindu Hasaranga, showing that commitment did uplift the side. What a lot to like about the Sri Lankan side when it comes to commitment. It's Nigel trying to give everything what they have.
He's a very busy cricketer, isn't he? Dr. Ali always looking for runs and then pace off. Looks to just push and nudge. Also a powerful striker. Stuck in that last game when he got those runs, when he was looking to go after the Sri Lankan bowling. Went after the bowling in that game when he got that half century.
In the mighty sixer, didn't he? Loves the cover corner towards long on, towards mid wicket. Slowly but surely the required rate is at 8.04. So he has to somehow target 1 or 2 deliveries.
Dushman Chamira, he's been very impressive. Into his 8th over, his economy is a little bit high, but doesn't matter. He's there for wickets, and that's exactly what he's done.
It's purely built on picking up wickets with the new ball. Got the ball to swing as well as see. Done by a beauty. Chapo. A couple of times Simon was very lucky trying to play on the outside edge, no slip in place. Good evening, bounces starts with a sunshine. Length was full and 137 kilometers per hour. Goes to a wide. Yeah, a signal from the leg umpire. I mean, the Vimasiri, that was too high. Question by heel and compound, I think that's Charita Sri Lanka. I thought, watching it live, Rasham, that was a good call.
Always the umpires pay a lot of attention. I'm just wondering whether we have put them to sleep, Ma. They certainly seem to be dozing off at a time when the rest of the crowd are quite keen and watching Sri Lanka going forward. Oh, edge, and that's straightforward. That is a very straightforward catch, but this is good bowling by Dushman Chamira. That's 146, that delivery. So he's working up his pace, he's got his radar, and he's got a wicket.
Good length again. I'd like all of you all to take a look where Kusal Mendis collects it. 35th over. Take a look at that, zipping through the wicketkeeper. That's raw pace from Dushman Chamira. 3 too good for Tanzima San. Contribution the last game is dismissed. Or Mendis bowled Chamira for 5. Bangladesh 162 for 7.
TNT Sports, powered by Canterbury. Oh!
Ooh, I'm a little business boy. I think they can smell your fear. Go on, contribute. Stop, they're all looking. Tell them something business-ish.
Quiet your my mouth with extra gum. Chew good.
Xero gives my customers more ways to pay with online invoice payments.
Xero with an X. TNT Sports, powered by Canterbury.
Right, Dustin Ahmed is the new batter. Bangladesh 162 for 7. Man at square leg or short square leg, no slip. Man at 45. Strike rate of 56, average under 10. Tamir it is. And he slashes hard and goes down to backward point. He saw the width and he really went hard at that, but was happy with the single.
No sight is needed for Taskin. He doesn't fancy covering the line, does he? This was a fantastic delivery. Beautiful length, seat position excellent. Zipping through to the wicketkeeper. That's what impressive about Dushmantha in this spell for me. Pace and bounce. Yes, you mentioned about last game. Sometimes he was wavered. That's probably after playing after a long time. But in this game, when it mattered the most senior bowler in this side, when it comes to the pace bowling attack, has lived up. 3 big wickets. Last ball of the over. That's a wide.
He's got to re-bowl that.
Maintenance curse, isn't it? On the next side.
It is. All racing in for the lines and lengths he bowled and pace he bowled. He runs in and bowls one down the leg side.
I've known him long enough. He'll forgive me. Known him since he was 18, Dushmantha. Also, the ball is tailing back into the right hand. That's something that I'm sure Asita Fernando also will keep an eye on. Maybe to get Asita Fernando for a couple of overs. Won't be a bad choice. A wicket and 6 runs from that over. 165 for 7.
The writing is on the wall, that's for sure. 165 for 7, Bangladesh tottering, trying to survive there. It's been a massive disappointment for Bangladesh supporters to see the performance. Selectors must be very happy with the performance of their boys.
Yeah, he's been trying to work really hard without any support. Jakar Ali fought really hard for Bangladesh in the first ODI. A similar sort of a situation he's faced with once again.
Over the top. No one's going to stop that. It's gone for 4 runs. Some solace at last.
Yeah. Very authentic stroke from Jakar Ali. Decisive footwork. Conviction in the stroke. Changes in the field, a run by the captain. It's brought short mid-wicket. Backward point asking the bowler to bowl. Just outside the off stump. There.
very typical of the manner in which he plays most balls. That little flick of the wrist movement, very prominent from Zakir Ali, trying to whip most of the deliveries onto the onside. Takes a single. How long is Zakir going to just play the waiting game? Normally a very, very attacking batter. Has to curb his instincts. He's run into the tail. And how much support is he going to get from players like Taskin and the others to follow? Taskin Ahmed has done his bit in preparing with the bat in the nets.
Yeah, Zakir Ali just asked him to stick around the scheme and leave the run scoring to me.
Does well to put bat behind ball. 170 for 7. Lots of runs behind after 36 overs and also 4 wickets more back in the pavilion. Sri Lankan total now looks very daunting. The target of 286 looks like one of those mountains to climb here in Pallakele. It's going to be tough work. He's on the move, and why not? His team are rolling along. They're enjoying it in the aisles, they're enjoying it in the middle. Very emphatic performance here by Sri Lanka.
Every time he comes on to bowl Sita Fernando, especially in this format, starts off with a slow delivery. New ball, it was a slow ball bouncer. This time around, foolish delivery. Both fast bowlers, they have shown a lot of control. May it be the newish ball or the older ball.
As I said, very impressive from all the Sri Lankans. You're talking about the pace bowlers. What about the spinners? Palinda Saranga spinning his web. Maish Tiksana really foxing the batters with the variations that we've been explaining to you. Everyone chipping in.
Yeah, it was the pressure created by the fast bowlers. The spinners further it. Avalage picked up 2 wickets along with Saranga. Managed to remove 1 batter. Yeah, it has been a team effort. This important game from the Sri Lankan team. Batsmen runs on the board and the bowlers responded very well. Captain balls and in a very good position in this game.
Yes, seem to have controlled virtually everything right from the word go. The manner in which the batters approached. Wonderful century by this man was really top of the world. Haven't looked back from that situation. Always been in an area where Bangladesh were under pressure, always playing catch up, which has not happened. Still struggling. Oh, got the inside edge, and the smile breaks out again. It was quite evident it was not going to be long before Bangladesh lose another wicket and Taskin goes.
Both the fast bowlers are turning out to be a nightmare for the left-handed batsman. This is the 4th left-hander picked by Sri Lankan fast bowlers with the slow delivery. Inside edge, onto the stumps. Smiles on the face of the bowler. It's the 8th wicket down in Taskin Ahmed. It's 171 for 8.
TNT Sports, powered by Canterbury.
So you want the confidence to hit that high note? Here's how. Get the Harry Starter set. Get our trim and razor, shave gel and travel cover with 30% off and free delivery. With our razor, even your 8th shave will be as smooth as your first. Its 5 German-engineered blades are our sharpest yet. Now with your newfound confidence, that high note is there for the taking. Harry's. Feel good, fellas.
TNT Sports, powered by Canterbury.
Well, the misery continues for Bangladesh with Tanvir Islam now coming in after the fall of the 8th wicket. It's been very, very impressive from all the bowlers. Sita has taken 2. Slower bouncer welcoming the batter.
Yeah, roll of the wrist. Waited with the stroke a bit too early. The skin only managed an inside edge and the reaction from Zakir. He wanted the skin to slob it out. Stonewall. Tried an expensive stroke. The disappointment of Zakir Ali.
Just play out the overs. That's what he'll be telling his partner. 171 for 8.
At Mattress Man, we know we all sleep differently. You could say we really know our stuff. You tell us all about your sleep and we guide you softly to the right mattress. Through top brands like Silent Night and Arthur, you find the right one for your pocket. We deliver it for free and you try it for 60 nights. And now, with 15% off all our mattresses, trust Mattress Man to find your perfect sleep. Go to mattressman.co.uk.
Very disappointing performance by Bangladesh, except for that 51. I thought Hridoy's second in consecutive games. It's been nothing at all to be happy about. One of the men who have really created the havoc and the troubles for Bangladesh is on view now in the Hasaranga. Hardly been able to read as Googlies in particular. Mixed them up very nicely.
Is looking to buy a wicket. Bowling with big low flight. Asking the batter to go for it. Maybe only a single. Second would be Sweat Idol.
Second delivery, Zakir Ali decides to take a single. That is not really a wise option. With Tanvir Islam and strike rate there was nothing significant. All he needs to do is survive. Best option would be to get a single and go to the safety of the non-strikers end. He's facing a bowler with immense capabilities. There's the quicker leg spin coming in. Young man, his third ODI, will feel the heat. Bangladesh pick back. There's the straighter one.
Now you got a feel for the lower order batsman facing Hasaranga. He's got plenty in his repertoire. Wrong arms, flippers, top spinners, leg spinner. Can really bamboozle them.
And when he rolls his arm over, Even if you're watching his fingers closely at point of release, you've got to have a really keen eye to discern what the ball is going to do. Very clever. Very much in control. Seemed to be injured as he changes the field, brings in slip into position. Expect the googly. Not the right line for a googly. But a tickle, maybe of the pads, maybe of the bat. Wait for the signal. He's got 4 runs. It's off the bat.
176 for 8.
My brother gave me hand-me-down boots. I wanted to wear them to school so bad. I took the studs out and slipped in them.
The weirdest thing is when someone goes, I really like you.
Man United fan won't accept me giving an opinion on Manchester United. I used to love Kerry Dixon. I had a rabbit called Kerry Dixon. Yeah, he was a bad man. Yeah. Had to get rid of him. Honestly, the stuff.
Was the last time Sri Lanka won a series 3-0 against Bangladesh. Bangladesh winning 2-1 and 2-1 in 2021 and 2024. So it's a very welcome comeback for Sri Lanka at home, and they're doing it quite clinically here. Didn't quite get hold of it despite that. Because of the flourish, it goes to the deep.
Yeah, they greeted well. Play the ball into the gap. Well, the umpire thought he did. The replay showed it did. Should have been a wide then.
No, leg wise for 4. Oh, now, not quite there. Trying to get underneath the ball. Seems to be getting a little frustrated here, Dr. Ali.
Well, there is a situation as a batsman in your career when you are hoping to get few runs. And here, Zakir is denying himself international runs.
So he's playing for the team, being there, trying to stick it out as long as possible. There he goes. And you said he's looking for runs, and he's got 6 of them.
Yeah, the ideal length. He actually goes really low in his stance. And look at his back leg. And from there, to play that quick-up throw becomes very easy. As long as he gets that length. And made full use of that, went all the way.
Wide Yorker, appreciated by the keeper, out of range, very difficult to get bat on ball to those deliveries. Now the 4th ball has been bowled. Will he consider taking a single to retain stride?
Anxiously waiting for the game to finish. Sri Lanka get over the line as quickly as possible.
Got him! He went across the line, trying to hike him over the mid-wicket region. just crept through. A very, very good ball. Maybe even just nip back ever so slightly. 140 clicks, and he gets Zakir Ali.
Yeah, when a batsman is looking to hit the ball over mid-wicket, you have to pitch it fuller and straighter. And you will be rewarded, as he did. That was his third wicket in shape of Zakir Ali, who resisted for a while for his 27. It's 182 for 9 Bangladesh.
TNT Sports, powered by Canterbury. Hey, look at our Simply Safe home security system.
Let's install it.
We need no camera. What for? The collectibles. What?
Now you've got a camera each.
Yay!
Systems start from under £200 when you buy a professional monitoring plan. There's no safe like Simply Safe.
TNT Sports, powered by Canterbury.
How long can he last? That is the question. Bangladesh have really been very, very disappointing in this match.
Yeah, he lasted for Bangladesh over a decade. What's the reason?
Talking about this inning somewhere, just in case you haven't noticed. This has been very, very clinical from Sri Lanka. Does well to keep it out. 182 for 9.
So you want the confidence to hit that high note? Here's how. Get the Harry Starter set. Get our trim and razor, shave gel and travel cover with 30% off and free delivery. With our razor, even your 8th shave will be as smooth as your first. Its 5 German engineered blades are our sharpest yet. Now with your newfound confidence, that high note is there for the taking. Harry's. Feel good, fellas.
Well, that tells you the story, doesn't it? Just the 42 and the 43, which raised a bit of hope in the middle part for Bangladesh, but again, wickets falling on a regular basis have not really allowed them to even have a sniff of an opportunity to go for that target.
Now, when you're looking to chase down a big total, top 4 need to perform well. Wasn't the case. That's why Bangladesh is struggling in this game. On the verge of losing a series, ODI series.
Yeah, Bangladesh, after the hopes were raised when they won the second ODI, feel that it come back in a better manner than the cricket they produced here today. That kept a tad low. This is the last wicket.
Yeah. The ball didn't come into the swing of batter, and that's why he was cleaned up. That's heaved away into the gap. 1 bounce over the line. 4 runs. First boundary for Tanveer Islam. ODI cricket. Yeah, Bangladesh, beg your pardon, Sri Lanka is on the cusp of winning 8th consecutive ODI series win at home. Remarkable. That's in the air, should be taken and taken. And Sri Lanka wins the series quite comprehensively.
No, they win this one by 99 runs. A very, very emphatic and clinical performance. They've outplayed Bangladesh in all departments of the game in this match. Haven't really given Bangladesh any kind of opportunity from the time that Captain won the toss and decided to bat with Salman is scoring the 100 and also good support from Jarika. Sri Lanka put on the runs on the board. 285, 286 the target for Bangladesh. Was never going to be targeted by the Bangladeshi batters who struggled all the way through. Very, very disappointed the Bangladesh team, but the fans here of Sri Lanka are absolutely over the moon, elated with the fantastic performance their team have put up.
Yeah, 8 consecutive series win for Sri Lanka. That's quite an achievement. And that's why jubilations all around. And that's how Sri Lanka in this game got over the line. Well judged catch. No problems there for Nissanka.
Yeah, and this is the man who has really played a major role, Surya, and the think tank will be absolutely delighted with what the team has performed today. In all departments, they excelled in batting, bowling, and the fielding was excellent too.
And they'll be mighty pleased with the performance of their premier fast bowler on his comeback. Chamira, who was absolutely brilliant. Bowled with a lot of steam. The rhythm was there. He was getting the pitch to respond to his style of bowling. And that augurs well.
There does indeed a lot of cricket coming in the future for Sri Lanka. The Bangladesh will have to really go back and do their homework, because there are a lot of things that need to be corrected, that need to be assessed and analyzed, and they need to work on their technical abilities in addition to their mental strength.
Desperately needed a bright start, Bangladesh, in pursuit of 285 runs. Once again, the openers failed to feature in a big partnership. But talk about the bowlers. Everybody chipping in. Tikshana, although wasn't able to pick up a wicket, but he gave control to the captain to be able to use his attacking options in a very positive manner.
We'll have a look at the highlights. Bangladesh knew they had a tough job ahead. What a good ball. He set him up with someone. Nice deliveries early on. One deflected off. This was the jumper. Really clipped at the top of the base. He was, and an opportunity missed there. But all the time, there were chances created by the Sri Lankan bowlers early on.
Deceptive bowling. And that's why they kept on picking up wickets at regular interval and also important juncture of the game. Yeah, there was a period when Bangladeshi batters started to threaten Sri Lanka. But that hope was short-lived when the captain was removed. And Hasaranga getting into the act.
Yeah, he was really confusing the batters. And this was another brilliant delivery from Chamira. Really pacey. Not quite into that shot as he played a little bit away. Ledge and a good catch taken. The wickets kept on falling. And the smiles kept on breaking out for the Sri Lankan bowlers. Always knew they were in control. Point across from Zakir Ali. He was over the moon. And try to carry on, progress further to no avail. Simple catch to finish it all off.
That's the story of the game in a nutshell. The Lankan captain won the toss, was able to put 285 runs on the board for the loss of 7 wickets, and in reply, Bangladesh faltered for 9 runs.